The new study says that women unhappy with the size of their breasts may be less likely to check them for cancerous lumps. Not only that, the research claims these same women are less likely to see a doctor if they find a lump. And that's concerning.
Yeah, it's very concerning. And, you know, on the study, they were talking about women and if they appreciated their bodies or if they liked their breasts, and 31% of women admitted they wanted smaller breasts, and 44% said they would prefer that their breasts were larger. And so it's kind of one of those things.
That's what keeps me in business.
The grass is greener on the other side, right? And
that
so,
sent 2 kids to college that are now doctors.
Yeah, and I mean,
what can I say?
But the thing is, somebody wants what you have.
Exactly. I know that if you're too small, you want to be bigger. If you're too big, but there are reasons anatomically, physiologically. If a woman's smaller, she goes, "Oh, you know, I have less breast tissue." They're thinking less chance of breast cancer, which is
true.
Well, the more tissue you have, the more cells you have, large breasts, the greater chance of developing cancer. That makes sense. So if a woman thinks that way, I'm small, less risk.
So it's like no risk for they think.
Maybe that's what they think. Yeah. And then for larger breasted women, so much breast tissue, it is more difficult to do a breast exam when you have large breasts, especially if you have large, dense breasts. It is hard to find a mass. So I understand why some of these groups say it is more difficult and a reason why they may not be as vigilant.
Absolutely, and I think a big thing as well is I want people to realize that overall the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, as well as other organizations, are moving away from self-breast exams. Instead they want people to focus on what's called self-breast awareness. So a self-breast exam is when you are systematically inspecting your breast to try to find breast cancer. Self-breast awareness is about being more aware of your breast. What's normal for you? What do your breasts look like? What do they feel like? But additionally, you want to know your family history. If you have a strong family history of breast cancer, ovarian cancer, know your modifiable risks. So drinking a lot of alcohol or being obese, things that can change your risk for breast cancer. So when you hear about self-breast awareness and you kind of read that, oh, they're saying don't do self-breast exams, I don't want you to get confused, because a lot of women will actually find a lump themselves. Okay, so I do want you to touch your breast, whether you think they're too big or too small. I want you to love yourself overall, but even if you think they're too big or too small, know what's normal for you and make sure you're touching your breast so you can tell us if there's a change. You need to know what's normal so that you can appreciate any change. And if you find any change, that means you need to go see your doctor and have that checked out immediately. Don't wait.
Those are great tips.